Good morning, everyone. Surfgal. We're playing some more Pokémon Reborn, and today we are going to be hopefully getting through the next section, or at least starting it. We're going to get a new quest here from the ringleader. Change of pace for you. Security detail. Some of the others have been going practicing a music act on the side. It's a new thing, but they've wasted no time setting up a show, sort of a charity event. It's taking place over at the restored Black Steam's shelter. They've got a final rehearsal, but we're getting inconsistent energy readings and it's gotten worse. They asked if I wouldn't be able to send someone over just to keep an eye on things in case something goes south now or during the show. There's no reason anything should, but something's gonna happen. That's just how it is, you know? Like, if it's a dress rehearsal, it's a disaster, everything's gonna be fine, but if it goes off without a hitch, that's when you start worrying. You go make sure they have an awful dress rehearsal? Okay. So yeah, we're gonna, got a team, there's gonna be 4 different fights that are all very different themes, for each of the variations on, Genesect, and I realized after I made this team, it basically comes down to a lot of our most powerful Pokemon in certain regards, especially regarding doubles battles. You know, Gore-Tex and Megatron and Pete are Gore-Tex and Pete are the 2 that I use when I'm grinding battle points in doubles, and Megatron is a similar role. Croyten and Kylo are usually a little more niche, but we have a specific thing going on for each of these. Namely, Genesect uses a lot of weather. And because of that weather, we're going to have an ice-themed team, which Croyten's we want that bullet punch. Anyone who's been paying attention knows, any fight with Alola Ninetales, you start with a bullet punch. And honestly, I think it's just going to have very good, well-rounded coverage for some of those other fights. Kylo is great in rain, and I feel like having a rain team, having an opposing Pokemon set up rain, and then having a good grass type to just start going in is great. And again, if they've got a lot of weather teams, I want to be able to activate I want to be able to activate my own weather sometimes to cover their own or to switch theirs out. So Drew is good for that. Also, Genesect is, obviously a bug type. We're going to be dealing with some bug types, and I feel like this is going to give us some good coverage. So that's the plan. We're going to go to... Black Steam is over here, I believe. That looks like our culprits. They're going with a set list, practice solos. Oh! Okay. I totally just realized I'm not reading these like I normally do, but I'm okay with that today. Few drastic measures in my ear. So yeah, we've got, looks like Titania, Aya, Kane, DJ Arclight, and Hardy. That makes sense. Kids need a drummer and asked me if I didn't know one. I told them I didn't know a single person good for it, but I had no shortage of machines that were, and here we are. Gotcha. We could do with some more practice, but that's no substitute for live experience. Boys will be fine, but can't say I'm not concerned about Aya, her being a novice and all. It's trial by fire, but the stakes are low. Okay. So I'm getting pointed to talk to Aya by everybody. Like this, and second or third fret. Third. I'm never gonna remember this in time, especially not with having to worry about performing in front of people, like real, actual human people. I should just sit out this one out before I embarrass myself. Nope, you're in this. I don't agree with your with my idiot brother putting you in front of a crowd as one of your first experiences, and your idiot brother's not off the hook either. But if you quit now, I'll have entirely wasted my time. More importantly, if you're going to quit, do it because you want out. Not because you're afraid of falling on the way in. If you do that, you'll never learn anything. Meaning to think the entire known world is conspiring to get me to make as big a fool of myself as possible. If that's all you want, I can just go apply to Agate Circus. I hear they're hiring new clowns. At least I get paid for it. I'm not here to be your therapist, girl. Kind of fatalistic act and focus. Otherwise you can practice on your own. Jeez, I was just joking. Tell a joke you wouldn't actually believe. Now get back to it. Clock's ticking. It's been like this all day. Hardy conned me into playing with him. It sounded fun until I saw all the people. I don't suppose you can take me out back and shoot me. Keep it up and I might. Right. Sorry. Okay. This is kind of out of the blue, but I was thinking there's hardly anything I can see myself doing for long but singing. I can do that. I've wasted enough time running in circles, so even if I'm not 100% on a path in life, I've decided I need to start doing something. So I started talking to Hardy about it, and he mentioned he's already teaching Aya to play. And then we asked Ark if he knew anyone, and one thing led to another, and now we're here making it happen. We're not exactly rockstar material, but if we can make a few people smile for an evening, I'd say that's good enough. They seem like pretty rockstar material. These folks seem like they need a bit of that. So you're keeping watch during the rehearsal, right? I doubt anything will happen, so feel free to keep all eyes on me. Be there. Oh, be there. How is anyone supposed to remember all these finger positions? Practice and muscle memory. Fortunately, my baby brother and his continuing quest to embody all the wisdom of a worn cinder block has not afforded you the opportunity for those things. So today you'll focus on just hitting the first note of every sequence. If you can get the others, great. But hit the first beat, hit it, and that'll be enough to fit the legal definition of play. You can practice hitting the third beat before the next rehearsal. Meanwhile, I'll practice hitting some sense into your idiot boyfriend. You could stand to go easier on him. You could stand to go harder. He only thinks about situations themselves, not how they affect the people in them. Hi, by the way. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here, and frankly the same. Hardy asked her to come play with me, come help me with the bass. Hardy was trying to teach me, and then suggested we make a band, and then this show happened. Well, I'm still useless at it. And our friendly local Cinderblock remembered that I used to play as a teenager, so I've been called on to clean up his mess. Sorry about all this again. If you're really sorry, you can start by apologizing by not calling yourself useless anymore. It's not doing me any favors, and you least of all. If you want to thank me, you can do so by focusing on the play so I don't get called back here. Okay. We just had to talk to all of them. I heard you were playing and I just had to come see you. First a gym leader, then a rock star. Imagine. Mom. Mother. Oh, and you're here too. Nice of you to spend time with the family. One of these fine gentlemen your boyfriend, or all of them? I don't think that was entirely necessary. You're cute and all. Great for my daughter, just not my son. Mom? I'd date you myself if I were younger, a few decades younger though. Mom. You're interrupting a rehearsal. Leave. I love Titania. Touchy, I'm only kidding. You will mind your tone when speaking to her if you know what's good for you. Should I know who this is? That's I'm her father. My stepfather. This is Tez. He's been very good to me since the divorce. That makes one of us. Excuse me? If you have some kind of issue with me, then bring it to my face and we can discuss it like adults. If you're just gonna spew catty schoolyard passive aggression, then keep it at your girls' club. Sure, let's bring gender into this. Let's talk about how you've immediately stomped in here, bravado on full, and in one breath insinuating retaliation for disrespect, and the second demanding that your teenage ward confront you, an adult male, on equal footing. As if you couldn't take any individual criticism she mustered as a personal attack. You consider yourself superior on a supposed moral ground that you maintain power in through brute intimidation alone, because you know a girl half your age won't meet you on it if you when you can make her life hell. What the hell are you saying? I said like 2 sentences and you're jumping down my throat for it. 3 sentences. It only took that much for you to make an ass of yourself. And that's in public. I hate to see what you're like at home. Hey sis, could you maybe not go off on like that on folks you just met? It's not like she's wrong. Is this how you and your friends treat people? You and I are going to have a talk about your influences, young lady. A long, serious talk. Can everybody just shut up? I didn't ask for any of this. In fact, forget it. I'm out. Well, their parents are still garbage, and Titania is awesome. I don't know what's going on here, but for the sake of breaking the radio silence, somebody should probably go after her. And given that the rest of you have done your respective parts to throw oil on the proverbial fire, it should probably be Rafe. You go have a word with her. I'll try to stop everyone else from killing each other while you're out. That's probably for the best, although Titania would probably just pull out Aegislash, and that would be a very short-lived situation. I'm gonna go ahead and save just to make sure. I don't know if Aya is still hanging out somewhere in here. I would assume so. Did I just miss her? Better go find Aya. I don't think that was her in the basement, was it? I guess it might have been. It was kind of blocked off. But it would make sense. I did see a person down there that was kind of like half behind a pillar. I just didn't think it was her. Yeah, that's not her. Aya's one of those characters I really wish... I don't feel like we've gotten a ton of time with her. There she is. Oh, why did they have to show up? This whole show was hard enough as it was, but with him here, everything Titania said was on the money. I hate him, and I hated Kane for leaving me to deal with him. Why does he get to run away? I thought about following so many times, but I also know I need to deal with the issues in a more mature way than whatever that was. I don't suppose they'd be willing to cancel rehearsal on account of it being cloudy with a chance of assholes. Of course not. Never stopped anyone before. Go ahead and go back inside and see if I can convince him and my mom to go home or something. Okay. Where did everyone go? Is this some kind of prank? Because if so, can we get out now? No. Unstable energy portals, you know. It happens. Am I stating the obvious if I say something's really wrong here? Something seems strange when I entered this room, too. I think maybe we should have a look around the building. Okay, now we go to the basement. Everybody is gone. All the people are disappearing. And New World door? Cool. So you're seeing this place too, right? I'm not just delusional. That's always nice. Excuse me, what? Okay, we're getting right into it. So, this entire section, we're gonna be getting partner battles with different members of the band as we go. So this is gonna be, I guess, starting with Aya. Aya has poison and fire. Poison isn't great here, it looks like. But if we can use sunny, or we get drought, that'll get the sun going. And that is going to help get, make all of her fire attacks better. We got very lucky there with that rock slide. Darkness strengthened the attack, super effective. That could have been, that was pretty weak actually. Go ahead and just keep going on Geneset, or on that side. That's probably gonna kill, but we got 2 turns out of drought. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Gore-Tex in. Specifically, Gore-Tex has Heat Wave, which will be enhanced by the sun and continue to do some serious damage here. I probably should have switched, over from Flamethrower to Heat Wave before this. That was a mistake. Honestly, if you could get rid of that for Gouge, that'd be fine. Like, that's a Mega Steelix. Was not expecting that one, but that's okay. Hopefully not another rock slide. And a Probopass. Why did you bring in... Okay, whatever. Okay, it's got Heat Wave. So we're just gonna keep blasting with Heat Wave. This should hopefully take out, finish off the right side of the... Nope. Miss. Sunlight's finally down. Okay, so if this finishes Vortex off, it didn't, but I think my next Pokemon to bring in is going to be Megatron. There's a lot of Pokemon here with Levitate, or we've seen a few at least that have Levitate, and that feels like a good way to just get a ground type in here that could finish off Probopass more quickly. What the hell was that? Looks like there's only one way to go. Hopefully everyone else is here too somewhere. This is a new world, isn't it? Freshly created, blank slate existence. This is, so how is it that all this machinery even exists? I guess the only possible explanation is it's being influenced by ours. Whatever. Makes these computer things easier to use. There's a toggle here, let's see what happens. It's like this switch is linked to a handful of doors. Might be the same for all the other panels. Let's see if there's anything ahead. Okay, so this is a toggle. Burn receptor, shock receptor, douse, and chill. So these side panels here are the 4 different brands of Genesect. And this must be the primary then. Oh my. For the 3rd time in a row. What the hell? Someone want to tell me what's happening here? Obviously not, so just forget it. These things are gonna just keep spilling out if someone doesn't keep them in check. So I guess I'll live with it like I always have. I'll keep them at bay while you look for the others, or some way to shut these guys down, or anything. I'm counting on you. Please do something resembling hurrying. We're in for the long haul here. Okay. Great Virus for Sorai. Just in the nick of time. These 2 gizmos just galloped out of the woodwork. You want to put a rust on them with me? I actually didn't see... Okay, so this is shock. Actually, yes, this will work, because we do still want sun. I was just gonna say, I didn't change my front party members in a way, and I probably should have. So it looks like we're gonna be targeting down the left side here. Oh, never mind. So one of the things that's important to note with all of these battles is in the short circuit field, which is what we're in, a zap cannon gets an 80% accuracy boost. Or it gets boosted to 80% accuracy. So I think we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna try and just use 1,000 arrows to pump this, or to knock these guys down. Because 1,000 arrows is very good. And there are, so the synthetic seed on short circuit field also creates levitate. So basically there's lots of levitate. U-turn. Interesting. I'm just gonna keep spamming 1,000 arrows here. That got a slight boost, I believe. And we've got Circuitry and Manectric. We should be able to get another 1,000 arrows off. Megatron's probably going to drop here if we don't win. But 1,000 arrows is good. Also, we're immune to Zap Cannon as Megatron, so it forces them to use other moves. Just finish off that Manectric. Perfect. Circuitry gets a special defense boost. It's gonna be double Genesect. Great. I guess let's just finish off this side. One thing to note with Genesect is its type doesn't change. It's gonna be the same type with every fight. It's theming around the fights are going to change, and its special move changes, but the rest doesn't. I guess let's just Dark Pulse here. Dark or Dragon would be about equal. Sure. We don't have a ton of good options left here. I think we're just gonna go Gore-Tex. And just Heat Wave. I don't think we need to do anything. Like, it's the last Pokemon and they're almost dead. Might have been some rough stuff if you hadn't showed up when you did. Looks like one of them dropped something. And we get the Shock Drive. So this is going to be part of the puzzle. We're in the atrium trying to stitch up the sitch, and we started getting some funk on the line, blinked, and we were here. Tapped our heels and we weren't. Came and went a few times in the confusion, and eventually we went with it. I think this is a new world that's overlapped with the real world. We had a few of those back before you drifted back into existence, and it wasn't pretty. Once we clear out the anomalies, it should be safe, but in the meantime, I'm not the only one stuck. I saw some of the shelter residents stuck a little further in, so I'm gonna head forward and free them first. I'm counting on you to keep the rest of the set safe. Okay. So I believe... yeah, everything is still blocked off. But now we've got the Shock Drive. Which is going to power the system, which opens up a bunch of the doors. Cool. I think this is probably going to be a good time to take our break. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap here, and we'll pick back up and do the other half. We've got 3 more Genesect fights. I believe that is going to be the end, or that's going to be what we're doing. So yeah, we'll save Kane, Titania, and Hardy next time. And then catch Genesect and see the end of the family drama. So, hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.